Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC Podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me as always,
Erik Icarus.
You can find us on the gram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can also check us out at REC Comics, where we sell comics from time to time, all right? And Erik?
Yes, and today's episode is brought to you by Spanish Jim's Rust Removal. Have rust run for the border with Spanish Gyms.
Nice. Thank you. How are you doing this week, my friend?
Good, man. How are you doing, man?
Dude, I am...
Yeah, you seem in a better mood, man.
Wyatt, I am rolling.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Doing good, man. Feeling good. Making some moves.
Yeah?
Making money moves, guys. Making money moves.
Like, what's going on? You want to tell the kids?
No. I made that mistake already. Once my name is on the line, you guys and I will be talking, all right?
I think it's good news. It could be good. Stressful, though. Lots of ups and downs, ins and outs.
Yeah. A lot of balls in the air. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of balls in the air.
I keep my eyes on those balls, though.
God. Yeah, this is my... See, we need a Manscaped sponsor.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
So Manscaped. Us and our powerful 131 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
You hit us up, Manscaped. I'm tired of using that old dirty... my mom's old dirty razor.
Oh, God, yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
Dude, that's my rap name.
Old dirty razor. That's your wrestling name.
Speaking of which, big ups to Davey Boy Smith, passed away. 18. Big ups. British Bulldog.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Also,
when did he pass?
Like 10, 15 years ago. It was a long
Oh, okay.
maybe like 7 years ago. Also, big ups to Chris Cornell, Soundgarden. Big ups to Ian Curtis from Joy Division. A lot of people died on May 18th. Sad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
This makes me sad.
In lighter news, I guess, some Batman images were released in a calendar.
And your boy wasn't duped this time.
Yes.
It was leaked on Reddit.
Yeah.
So I did verify, and these were actually the posters for the movie, promotional stuff. So.
And I don't even know if they're actual promotional stuff for the movie. It looked like it was going to be in a DC calendar.
Oh, okay.
And and they were images on that were going to be in this calendar. So I don't know that they're going to be what's being out there, but it's definitely part of promo material. For sure.
What did you think of it, man?
You know, it was.
Were you feeling the teal?
There was a couple, and that it was fine. It's just not all of them are colored well, and
one of them's like a teal.
And you were saying that there was you couldn't read one of them, so I don't know.
I mean, granted, it's coming from like a secondary source.
Yeah.
It's probably a screenshot.
Yeah.
So granted, I mean, there was one of it was like a Riddler one, a Selena Kyle one. Yeah. Batman and this like teal poster kind of looking over Gotham.
Yeah. When
you think of Gotham, you think of teal, I guess, And then the Gimp from Pulp Fiction makes an appearance on one of those posters.
It wasn't anything crazy. Just
does it give you
getting
a feel?
Something? No. Not at all. Because it looks like the stuff you're gonna get at Walmart. You know how like back in the day, especially, you would get like superhero art. And it wasn't comic book art. Right. It was like, this is the kind of art you get in a department store.
Right. It's like the art that's on like a Valentine's Day thing for kids.
Yeah, very good. So like, it's
that
licensed.
Hulk doesn't really look like it's licensed.
It's licensed, but it's not like Alex Ross isn't doing it. Yeah. Jim Lee. It isn't Jim Lee art.
Yeah, a Hulk doesn't really look like the Hulk. It's a green dude.
Yeah.
But
it's all very like computer generated with clip art,
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't
impressed. I mean, it is what it is. It gives us kind of a little. I think it gave me a little insight into more of what the movie is. It looks like it's again more grounded.
I just wish we wouldn't get leaks like that with the DC products because
it makes the letdown more eventual.
Yes. Because you're just like, they don't even get to present it to us in a way that would be fun. Like maybe they were never going to present this to us.
Yeah, maybe this was bad idea.
Or just like, hey, like how often do you see any ads for calendars? It's never.
It does tie into the Calendar Man, who is a prominent villain in this movie, I'm assuming, which is based off of the Long Halloween.
Yeah, I mean that's where it seems like it's going.
Some of the poster art does kind of reminiscent of the Long Halloween.
I believe Carmine Falcone's in there and all that stuff too. So, it's
and we got Paul Dano
in
a Gimp mask.
It's an upgrade as far as I'm concerned. But Paul Dano is best heard and not seen. So,
I love Paul Dano.
Oh, he's a fantastic actor, but just
his face hurts you.
it's just like
Your face upsets us.
I-
Not
you
me.
know what?
I love you.
I'm proud of him, really. With that face, he had to go hard. He had to go hard, and he is good. He's fantastic.
He reminds me of
I just don't find
who
him to
played
be
Mark
attractive.
Zuckerberg.
Not Michael Cera.
Yeah, he's
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor.
Fine, yeah, fine. Fine
him,
actor.
Michael Cera, and Paul Dano kind of look like they kind of evolved from the same Pokemon.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I would say like
Yes.
I would say Eisenberg is the final form,
Yeah,
and then Michael Cera is kind of the mid form.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
Dano is like the starting form, like
Yeah.
no chin.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of one with Michael Cera, then you get like, a fully formed face. With
See, I go the other way. I go Sarah. Okay, Sarah's always the start, and then I go Eisenberg, and then I go Dano.
Really?
Because I think Dano's a better actor than Jesse.
Oh no, I'm talking about just looks.
Oh, and looks. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I guess if any of them are attractive, it is
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got charisma.
Yeah.
Well, not say Paul Dano
Yeah.
does, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, go
This
on
turned
to
weird, but I like it.
go into your Google and go look up those images, and you can tell us what you think of them.
I'll put them up here. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't blown away by the images, but it's just kind of nice to get some Batman stuff because Warner Brothers isn't doing any talking when it comes to this movie.
My brothers won't be doing a lot of talking. Soon.
Well, they are doing some moving and some shaking, it sounds like. Guys, I'm not going to pretend to...
This is a good segue. We did a good segue.
I'm not going to pretend to understand the entire economics of what goes into companies buying other companies. And I tell you how I read it and how I feel
Reddit?
about it. No, I don't. I never actually go on Reddit.
What?
I've never been on Reddit that it wasn't like, I clicked on a link and it took me to Reddit.
Oh,
like,
wow,
I've never
okay.
searched Reddit.
I will go on Reddit for a lot of the paranormal stories.
Sure.
You do. It's a good way to go down the rabbit hole.
Mhm.
Granted, you when you get towards the bottom, it's like, okay, this is just crazy. You know what I mean? But there's some fun stuff on there. Those AMAs are on there.
Yeah.
Everyone loves AMAs.
Where's my cup?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We need a producer.
Look, we have to produce it ourselves, kids. It's just what it is. But Warner Brothers is going to be merging with Discovery, which I did not know was its own company.
I didn't either.
And my understanding is that all of the paperwork is being sent through. So Warner Brothers, which then would, I believe, encompass then DC Comics as well.
Yes, that's
will
the
be. It sounds like AT&T is either going to sell that off or bring Discovery in. But it sounds like Discovery is going to be taking over as kind of the parent company to Warner,
right?
HBO Max, like
Hulu.
Yeah, well, no, not Hulu.
Not Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu is majority owned by Disney.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's majority owned by Disney.
This guy used to run it. We're talking about one Jason Kyler.
Jason Kyler.
Is that right?
Nice.
Jason
I don't know.
Kilar.
Yeah, Kylar.
He will be the former CEO Warner Media.
Yeah. And
he's negotiating his exit as we speak.
Now, if this all sounds, boring, it may be good stuff.
This could mean things.
AT&T has been meddling in the affairs of Warner Brothers and DC Comics. It sounds like the entire time. Just like cut here. All of those massive layoffs from DC and DC Direct last year. I mean, they literally closed down an entire division of DC Comics. And they were able to use COVID as a shield.
Smoke screen.
Yeah.
To how did you say? Make the books look a little more...
Make the books look a little better.
Look at all this money we have.
It sounds like it's going to be about, roughly, in terms of cash and debt, it's going to be around $43 billion. Which that ain't too bad. That's a good chunk of change. I don't know what AT&T paid for Warner's. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I got to imagine they're making money on the deal to an extent. But when they're taking that, they take debt, so somebody's going to pay them back.
Oh yeah, someone's going to get paid
at some point. But
it seems like you said, I think AT&T is very much maybe be hindering a lot of this DC. You think because they have a majority investment in these movies, so they do have say in it.
Yes.
I mean, it also looks like Zack Snyder's on his way out too.
Oh, Zack Snyder, but is it because of AT&T's meddling? Is there a way and a road back to the Snyderverse with AT&T not being the parent company anymore?
Right.
dude, that's super possible.
This could mean things, kids.
If the right people are in place at this new version of the Warner Brothers line,
right.
Many things are possible. Like I said, they would never restore the Snyderverse.
And I always say never ever.
Yeah.
Say ever ever.
Yeah. Never stop, never stopping. Okay. Kevin James. And yeah, so this is going to open up a lot of possibilities. Could we get an Ayer cut? Because it sounds like they're going to be in control of, HBO, like all of that stuff. Basically, AT&T, what they tried to diddle with, they couldn't handle. Now they're just trying to cut.
It seems like AT&T needs to work on their communication.
Again, my man.
We're just gonna let that die.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit in that.
I'm good with it. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in that.
Yeah, you guys all sit with them. I'm leaving. No, it could be very, very good for us as fans. Hopefully the relationships with Zack Snyder, I know I can't believe I'm saying it. Hopefully the relationships with Zack Snyder, with Henry Cavill can be mended. Because The Rock is really pushing for Henry Cavill to show up in Black Adam.
Right.
Henry Cavill sounds like he's definitely into being around, but
sure, but not super into being Superman.
I mean, yeah.
I think he wants to like maybe show up and be like, "Hey, Supes is here."
Well, I think if maybe there are new people behind the wheel, he might feel better.
Sure. I mean, but because you got to remember, kids, you know how hard it is to maintain that muscle. The guy's not getting any younger.
Guys, Man of Steel came out in 2013.
That's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And the guy's maintained that look for almost 10 years. Dude, you're a hero.
Half of the Marvel universe has been wiped out since that movie came out, and then being restored.
Yeah,
it is.
And then Henry Cavill's mustache. Wiped out, restored.
Okay.
Can we get the hashtag mustache cut?
The mustache cut. Yeah, I just want to hold.
I want to see the mustache.
And I mean, especially now that we've got Omni-Man from Invincible.
Invincible, yeah.
We've got a superpowered mustachioed man.
Yeah.
I'm super into it.
Bringing it back, baby. I don't know. I mean, this Jason guy's in some hot water, I guess, because he put on Twitter like, I didn't know there was, they were going to sell.
It sounded like a lot of people, like if you weren't on the board.
Yeah. He just didn't get a phone call, and he said, "Why couldn't you warn him, brother?"
I know. Oh God, dang it, man! You're really pushing it. You're really pushing it tonight. All right. It is. It could be good for us, guys, but I still don't think it's. I think it's still going to get a little worse before it gets better.
Oh, big time!
But the peaks on this one could be really nice. Could be really nice.
Like I said, I think maybe if Discovery can just. Really, okay, look, Marvel's doing something right. I'm not saying copy exactly what Marvel's doing, but, maybe take a look at their playbook and be like, okay, let's try to make this a little coherent. You know what I mean? Not have 15 different, movie universes going around.
Yeah.
Let's try to get it all together.
On the Marvel note, I need to look more into this, but apparently there was a couple articles circulating that the new kind of head of Disney, because Bob Iger left, I believe, or at least got moved to another position, and then this other Bob came in, and there's some talk of him being very involved in like what's going on at Marvel Studios.
Is this good or bad?
It could be bad. So
why is he like, what's going on here?
It just says that he's very like wants to know like everything, whereas in the past, people have just been letting Kevin Feige just like be Kevin Feige.
Which to great success. Why would you
bring nothing has happened yet.
Right.
Nothing has happened yet, but it was weird that it came up in a couple different sources.
Right.
And it'll be interesting, and especially since we're going to have 4 Marvel movies in the latter, later half of this year. We'll see what transpires. We'll see who's sounding like what. There's talk that Brie Larson is at rumors that she wants to be the head of the Avengers. She wants to be the face of the Avengers going forward. I'm not against it, but she has not earned it yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Right now,
I haven't earned.
Yeah, I follow Zemo into battle before I follow
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel right now.
Again, I don't think she's earned it. I don't think the character has been. I mean, but we don't know what she's been doing off in space.
No.
So she could have been saving so many planets.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We as viewers, again, first rule of movie making, show, don't tell.
Yeah.
So she could have saved a million planets, but I
have no idea.
It could be all lies. But, again, I think they are setting up for a new leader. Mm-hmm. It was probably going to be T'Challa if we're all going to be honest. I think they were either going to give him the push.
Yeah.
Or who else?
I mean, Doctor Strange.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't be okay with that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Peter is a good setup. Not now, but down the road. Now Anthony Mackie is going to be interesting. His Captain America is going to be very interesting.
Right.
I don't know that. I don't get the Steve vibe from him at all.
But that's okay. I don't want the Steve vibe.
Yeah.
I've had the Steve vibe.
Yeah.
Give me something new to follow. Give me Jesse Owens.
Okay. Weird. But
hey, man, I follow that man into battle.
Yeah.
You know what? He went to Munich.
Yeah.
And beat all those Nazis on the racetrack. And there's some irony there.
Yeah.
He beat the master race on the racetrack.
Yeah. That was not the master race.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I should have went master race. Sorry, there were air quotes there if you're listening.
Yeah. There were Eric quotes there.
Eric quotes.
Yeah, it's hopefully there's no redirecting of the ship. Hopefully there's no overseeing. It's like, as long as they're making money, just let it be.
Right.
Just let it be. It's fun. It was the first time that I've ever had a little bit like worry since like
I've been a little worried.
Iron Man 2. You know?
Yeah, I guess that was a little shaky. But it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. But, I'm a little worried about this phase, man.
Mm-hmm. I know you are. I'm not.
I'm a little shaky on this phase. I mean, just because of the time.
And now I'm
because
so
I had
hungry
so much
for
time.
it. I'm so hungry for it now, though. Like,
right.
all it's going to be is just empty calories, man. Even if it's bad, it's still going to be like this whipped meringue that's going to be delicious. Just empty sweetness. At its worst, it's still fun.
Sure.
But dude, I think they're going to try to make Shang-Chi like a legit martial arts, character. Okay. I think they're really going to try to, because there's no real martial arts figurehead right now.
No.
In Simu Liu, I don't know what the extent of his martial arts training is, but he looks great in the trailer that we've seen, and just a couple bits. It's
just gonna get some real Asian representation in these movies as well.
But
we talk about diversity. It's great.
But there's no Jet Li, there's no Jackie Chan, there's no heir apparent to our action stars.
That's very true.
Or martial arts action stars.
Right,
so Donnie Yen is old now.
He is, man.
Donnie Yen, they're all in their 50s, 60s. I mean, it's like
when you're yin, you're out.
Man, I need to move.
Is that strike 3?
Man, it's impressive. It's impressive. You were on a Daryl Strawberry kick today. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say what I said about Daryl Strawberry, but
I did have a fun question for Eric this week. Okay.
Yes.
I wanted him to come up with a crime, and then a team of 4 people to execute this crime. And not just superheroes, comic book characters
to execute the said crime.
Okay, so I don't know who I heard one of them and I was bummed.
Yeah, he's like,
great idea, and I didn't want to hear any of the other ones. So I'm going to hear 3, and we kind of have the kind of the general, no telepathy, no mind control.
Right, too easy.
Okay, but we kind of have like a brain person. So I want him to pick himself plus 4, so like an Ocean's 5, an Icarus 5, as it were.
Icarus 5.
Okay, so we're gonna have yourself,
sons,
the brain, the muscle,
Sons of Icarus,
the power, and the getaway person. Okay, so that's the parameters. It's very loose, it's very open, but I thought this might be fun.
This would be kind of fun, yeah.
And he even wrote it down. He even wrote it down, guys. I'm very excited.
I mean, I don't know if the kids noticed, but I have been writing when I'm looking at this down here.
Yeah. His notes.
Yeah, things have been going a little more smooth when I've been writing things down.
So, I would like to hear, what is your crime that you're going to commit?
I don't think there's a specific crime.
Okay.
This is a team that is kind of put together to either, you can do, this team does extraction.
Mm-hmm.
You need them go in, you need to go in and save the president in a sticky situation. You send in my team. You need something, overtaken. You send my team. You need to get away. You need to save somebody and leave. You get my team. So
the A-team?
The A-team, baby. And I'm going to start off with the brains of my bunch. Amanda Waller.
Ooh.
Who is going to assemble a team better than Amanda Waller?
And
when you want covert, I'm sorry, Nick Fury. You go with my girl, Amanda Waller.
I like it.
brains.
I didn't even think about Amanda Waller, and I'm surprised since I know one of the other ones you did that you're going DC heavy.
I am going. You know what? The guy I said he's not on my list anymore.
Oh, you changed it.
I changed my list.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go ahead and finish.
Keep going. Okay. As for my muscle, I need someone who's even keeled, but can wreck shop as well, and can take orders, but also can give direction. Big Barda.
Big Barda.
Big Barda can take orders, but also can, also command the field a little.
Yeah, I think she was the field commander of the Furies.
I think she was.
They answer to Granny Goodness, but I think she was like the captain.
Yeah, like she gets out there and then, and who's gonna step to Big Barda?
Not many.
She's gonna wreck you,
and only once.
Yeah, exactly right. I think the only one that goes toe to toe with her is like what Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's always a great fight.
It's always a cool fight.
Like she likes going to Themyscira
to train,
hanging out with the ladies.
You can tell they're like awesome. Yeah. They're like homies.
Yeah.
As for my power, everyone knows who I'm gonna pick because I love her so much. Going Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
You need some diversion. You need a little, something to go your way a little bit. Make the odds a little bit. That might be leading to my getaway driver. But as for my power, it's going to go with Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch. As for my getaway driver, who do you want behind the wheel of your car when you need to get out of there? You can't hit traffic. You got to get out fast. Domino. Domino is my getaway driver.
Dude, I love your team. Your team is so fun. I love your team. So he did change it. One of the people that he said Grifter at one point, which I thought was a great. Yeah. What was he gonna? Was he gonna be your power or your getaway?
Grifter was probably gonna be. I think he might have been more of my power dude.
Okay,
he's the guy that it was either a toss up between Grifter and Gambit.
Okay,
kind of if you're gonna be a thief.
I was really into the Gambit
someone
thing.
To get in there, be charming.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Why have one of those dudes when I can have Wanda Maximoff?
Yeah. You have two, and to a lesser extent, Domino also roughly alters probabilities.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's
on a micro scale.
Yeah,
so
that's if you don't want, because Wanda's a little uneven sometimes. You know what I mean? And then I think Domino's also there to kind of maybe keep Wanda on an even keel.
Yeah,
like her luck kind of keeps Wanda's power there.
Yeah.
But behind the wheel, and Domino's also been a getaway driver for Cable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think I pretty much stole my team from like an issue of X-Force. So
Cable and the X-Force on the cover. She's like,
just dodging stuff. So that was kind of. It was either Domino or Longshot.
I think it was Domino. I think I know.
Oh no, that was all for my team.
Oh okay.
But I wanted to make mine all female.
Yeah.
And because these four, you ain't. There's nothing these four can't get done.
Okay.
In my opinion,
I dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Mine's not going to be as fun as yours, I don't think. I think my heist is better.
Yeah, because I kind of didn't. I had a generic you need it done. You call this team.
All right. So I'm going to give you my team, and then I'm going to give you my heist.
Cool.
Okay. My brain is Cyclops. Okay.
Great. Great field commander.
Great field commander. Can rally the troops.
Yes.
Has a little bit of an edge to him. In the recent years.
Yep.
So I like where we're at, and it's kind of a cheat because he clearly has his optic blast, so he's useful.
Comes in handy.
He's useful. My muscle is Green Lantern.
Oh.
Now, which Green Lantern? I'm going to say Guy, so that we get that. Guy. I'm going to go Guy because then we get that Wolverine dynamic between him and Cyclops, I would imagine. Like we would still get that without having to have Wolverine.
Yeah, Guy's unpredictable though, man.
Yeah, but he's for the cause. So I'm not having this be a wild card type of situation where everybody, nobody's double crossing anybody.
Right.
Okay, so all things being equal, my power person, I got two people that I was torn between, and one of them I was surprised you didn't do.
Oh,
so I'm not going to go this route. So that's why I'll say it. I'm surprised you didn't pick Phantom X.
Oh,
yeah, I thought misdirection.
Yep.
Thief in his own right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm surprised you didn't go Phantom X. But I'm going to go Dakin, Wolverine's son.
Oh, okay.
I like, kind of his quasi-pheromone power.
Sure.
Where people just kind of fall for him around there. It's kind of my sidestep of getting around telepathy.
Sure.
It is, pheromone. Charm. All of that stuff. And then my getaway person is going to be Superman. But not for the reasons you think. Not for the reasons you think. The reason is because my heist is I assembled this team together, my crack team. We're going to be stealing Action Comics #1 from Nick Cage. So that's our thing. So I need because I'm thinking Nick Cage is coming for us with everything he's got, but the only person who will sway him will be Superman. So
he'll listen to
Superman, yeah.
Or Cal. He'll listen to Cal.
Yeah.
Superman. Wow,
yeah. So that's my team. That's my heist. I want Nick Cage's, and I want Nick Cage's specifically because when you tell people you have Nick Cage's Action Comics #1, you know there's a story involved.
Oh, dude.
With it.
Yeah, I think the value goes up way more,
too. Exactly.
Oh, my God. Yeah, your heist is awesome. Like your team.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah, I think it's like, for me though, I feel like there could be a little clash there with Cyclops and Supes trying to dominate for leadership.
I don't know.
Supes doesn't take I mean, he takes orders, but he always gets that indignant like, well, I should be giving the orders.
Yeah, but I mean, he does take stuff from
Batman.
From Batman.
That's a good point.
And like I said, just for this particular thing.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes, but I think you're right. Like if it was like a team up in comics where somebody was writing it, I think you would have that issue there.
Yeah, which was good. It makes for good drama.
Totally.
Yeah, mine very drama free.
Yeah,
unless Wanda goes crazy.
Yeah, and
but I mean, Waller, would know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
Wanda already has the charge in her head.
Yeah.
So, so
I had an alternate list who was
please
had Grifter, Cyborg. Kind of just you need to get anywhere, download anything. Boom.
Dude, it was weird. My head went Cyborg Superman, Cyborg Spider-Man, and like I couldn't like put Cyborg in my head. I couldn't put Vic Stone in there. That was weird.
And then for my getaway driver, I had Peter Quill.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Peter would be really fun.
And Domino was always on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I like that.
But I wanted to go for an all-female team because I'm like, you know what? I think these chicks can do it, man. Do better.
And I have a freaking sausage fest
dudes,
here.
Man.
Yeah.
I like so you get Psych, Guy Gardner, Lantern,
Dakin,
who's man, that guy's a nut job.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like also, like again, like I always try to manipulate. I make my own luck, So Dakin could also go party with Nick.
Yeah.
So he could like double, and they could just like he wouldn't even care. We'd barely need Supes.
Yeah, because I think Nick would just give Dakin his comic book after a nice roll in the hay. Because we don't know Dakin is bisexual.
Yeah, just whatever.
He's just whatever. He's down for whatever.
Pansexual.
Yeah. I would. You know what? I do from Nick Cage. Story.
It's heavily implied that him and Johnny Storm hook up quite often.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah.
Johnny Storm, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like he often like stays with the Fantastic Four, and they all love him.
God, that's okay, dude. Speaking of which, I know this show's. I love this show. Yeah, it's great. It's going everywhere. I was researching stuff, and do you remember there was a new Fantastic Four in the early '90s
with Hulk, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm. Why? What was the reason? Do you remember the reason for that?
I don't. I think it was just to bump sales for.
No! Like in continuity.
Oh, in the continuity, I do not remember why they leave.
Yeah, because that team does not like. Speaking of crap teams, that seems like a really bad team.
Yeah.
None of those guys work well. Those are all loners.
Well, yeah, but it was Joe Fixit Hulk, if that helps. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Yeah, it doesn't help. No, it's
all loners on one team.
But it's just a very popular.
All your group. Heavy hitters are on that.
Just very
Ghost Rider was huge
in the '90s. You make a team of those guys.
Yeah,
like come on now.
I mean, I even think I picked up the book.
Yeah,
but I don't really remember it.
I mean, same thing with the Defenders back in the day. You had Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk
and Ghost Rider.
No.
Oh my God, who's
dude, we're gonna get laughed at.
Yeah.
So,
Namor.
Woo!
Just been a long time, and then the Netflix thing really messed me up.
It messed me up too.
Yeah,
which was
you're like, Luke Cage, bro.
Luke Cage.
No, we're talking old school.
Yeah, old school
original
defenders who, they were just.
But such a bizarre team.
Yeah, they were kind of odd.
But it's just that whole thing, and just like that. Even though comics have rarely been strictly for young readers, that's a move to get young readers.
That's a good point.
That's a move.
You get all your heavy hitters on the cover. You're gonna grab it.
If you've got a, I think at that time comics was either 75 cents or $1.25. I don't recall.
It's true, yeah.
And if you only have $3,
and you're like, this got my favorite dudes.
Yeah, I can get all 4 of these guys in this book.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I remember the one book I did that I can remember buying just because of the cover was there was a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man something or other, but it had Spider-Man and Beast on the cover.
Yeah.
And I was like, I always remembered their powers were kind of similar.
Just like at least how they were portrayed.
Yeah. And I'm like, I want to know what this book's about.
Yeah.
And there was not a single fight in that book.
No.
And it was mostly Peter going through a breakup with Mary Jane and Hank just consoling Peter. And gotta admit, it was actually good. Reading it now, good book, man.
Yeah, real.
It was actually like, wow, that's pretty insane, man.
I like when they do the realistic stuff in the comics. Like, don't get me wrong, I want a ton of action.
Sure,
but
when they just those quiet moments are
sometimes those
so
quiet
great,
moments
man.
are the loudest, man. They're just so good. Like I talk about that issue of the Illuminati where they're talking about their lady issues.
Yeah,
it's not like I don't need it all the time.
No,
but I bet you the issue before that particular Spider-Man you read was the end of a big story.
Probably.
This was just like the breather issue, and then we were going to start a new story in the next issue.
Totally.
But that stuff's really fun.
Yeah.
That stuff's really fun.
God, those 90s books, though, they were the worst about that.
Yeah.
God, they would give you this action-packed cover.
And then nothing.
Nothing would happen in the book. Like, they were, so bad about that, dude.
I'm going to have to look into that Fantastic Four team. I forgot about them.
Yeah, I want to look into it, too, because, like, this I want to know why it happened and how long it went.
And they've switched out the muscle before. They've had the Thing leave.
She-Hulk took his place.
Yeah, She-Hulk. We had Luke Cage took his place for a little while, too.
For reals?
Yeah, Luke Cage was the muscle for a bit. Herbie was on the team for a while.
Herbie does not exist.
Herbie, dude, I love Herbie. He's terrible.
Tell the kids who Herbie is.
Herbie is the basically nanny robot of the Fantastic Four.
Because why?
Has I don't even know that that's true.
Well, in lore.
It's okay, the lore is that some kid lit himself on fire trying to be the Human Torch. So they had to write the Human Torch off for a while. So they brought in this like nanny robot Herbie, who even in recent comics is really cool because like when the kid's in trouble, it like turns into this like
it turns into
into like a Sentinel style,
which is I can dig that.
Not like a mutant hating Sentinel, but like a sentry robot.
Like you don't want to mess with that.
No. So Herbie is it was a ridiculous thing, but that was always when we were kids. That was always the myth and I don't know if it's true.
Or they just thought maybe some dumb kid's going to light themselves on fire.
So,
I'll just run down a couple for you. Crystal.
Oh, yeah, from the Inhumans.
Yes.
Yep.
We had Medusa from the Inhumans.
Yeah.
You said Luke Cage. She-Hulk. Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, but not Carol. It was that weird Miss Marvel with the red hair.
Also known as She-Thing.
She-Thing, yes.
Sharon Ventura.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Sharon, yeah.
Ant-Man, Scott Lang.
Yeah.
We have Namorita. Who is Namor's cousin or sister?
I think cousin.
Storm was a member.
Storm Black Panther was.
Yep. Powerhouse, a.k.a. Franklin Richards.
Oh, Jesus.
Brainstorm, Valeria Richards.
Yeah.
Flux,
I don't know.
Dennis Sykes. His name is Dennis Sykes. Spider-Man,
yeah.
And Miss Thing. Darla Deering.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff.
I want to look into that other one, though. That new Fantastic Four with Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Mr. Fix-It and Spider-Man.
Dude, I know I
want to know what that was all about.
I know I got
that sounds like
issues of that. I'm going to check it out.
Maybe these kids are probably like, this happened?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little research. Maybe next show we talk about it a little bit. Because I'm going to jump into that.
Well, I bet you once we get some real MCU Fantastic Four news, we may have to do a special Fantastic Four episode.
I think so, man. Because there's a lot of cool stories. Honestly, I remember growing up thinking Fantastic Four were lame. One of the lamer teams on the Marvel roster.
Man.
Come a long way as far as storytelling. There's some of the more depressing stories have come out of Fantastic Four.
John Byrne's run on Fantastic Four though is epic. It's
up. It's in my top 10. Man.
Oh, easily
for reals.
God, I need to dig those.
That's up there. Like, oof, man, that might even be top 5, homie.
Dude,
that is some of the saddest, more poignant Marvel, and no one talks about it really.
I just because his X-Men work is so good.
It's great.
Because Alpha Flight was his baby because his She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool even
right.
know. So he's done so many things that was kind of like sandwiched in between, and then him leaving and then doing Superman. Like
right.
It's just you're talking about a branch on a tree of accomplishments.
That's true, but it's such a big branch. I mean, it's such a beautiful branch.
Most people
they forget about it. It's great stuff.
His Fantastic Four run is a lot of people's favorite Fantastic Four run.
I don't think it gets much better than his. To be
I
honest,
like Hickman's run, but that's because I read it when it was new. Whereas I read the old the Byrne run years after the fact, so like it doesn't hold true. You probably read that Byrne stuff long before I did because your dad was into it.
But that Hickman run is
Hickman's run is
it's got some of the best. Like, do you remember who the artist was on that as well? I mean,
Hitch was doing it. Hitch did a bunch.
I was about to say, I remember loving the art for that.
Yeah, he didn't do all of it, but he did a bunch.
Yeah,
of
Brian
it.
Hitch, the master, one of he's up there, kids.
Very, very wonderful.
Because him and who did it was him and the Ultimates.
Yeah, Mark Miller.
Mark Miller and Hickman.
Yeah, which actually is Miller. Like it's not Millar.
Everyone says Millar.
And I used to say Miller, and then somebody corrected me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then
did you meet him and say, "Hey, what's up, Mr. Millar?"
I heard him say it in an interview. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh,
is it you?"
Yeah. It was interesting, but oh man, we got lost in some comments.
No, I love that. That's kind of what we do sometimes.
That's a big part of this show, kids.
Yeah.
But
I'm down. Show. I'm down for some new Fantastic Four.
I am too.
I'm reading into that.
I
kids.
know.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Kids, that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of our heists and our teams. What's your favorite Fantastic Four run? Does this...
we kind of did a Fantastic Four.
We kind of did do a Fantastic Four. That's why. I mean, I guess it would be 5 because we're included in
I'm part of this team?
Yeah, you're our part
I was looking at it like I wasn't because there's no way I'm giving...
You're the guy with the plan.
I'm not giving.
You're the guy with the plan. All right. Yeah. You're the guy. Dude. You're the power broker. All right? Yeah. Like I need this thing. These guys owe me a favor.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I hooked them up with some good ice cream.
A favor from Roman Chavez. It's worth something.
It is actually good.
Eric, do you have any final thoughts for us today?
No. Just we are brought to you by Spanish Gyms Rust Removal. Have rust run for the border with Spanish Gyms.
Well said. Well said. Kids, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I am still Erik Icarus.
And we will catch you on the next podcast. Yeah! Sorry, when you put on your glasses, that's what I thought of.